So today we're going to be focusing on the breath, the sensation of the breath, in Pali language it's anapanasati, which is awareness of the in-breath and the out-breath. Not only does focusing on the breath lead to improving your concentration, but it can lead to insight into how we're feeling at the time, also our habitual way of thinking. If we've got a tendency to worry or be agitated, or if we've got a tendency to feel drowsy, we can see this in the breath, and we can use the breath to bring our mind back to focus and balance. So we start with a slightly longer breath, just to calm the mind, focusing on the calming nature of the out-breath for a few minutes. Notice that when you concentrate on the out-breath and it's deliberately slowed slightly, there's a calming and pleasurable sensation that can wash over the entire body. This is the enjoyable side of meditation. Becoming familiar with this enjoyable, calm sensation of meditation can help us return easier in our day-to-day lives. By being mindful of the breath, say with 10-20% concentration while going about our day, we can notice that our breath can change. We can start breathing quickly and shallower, and we notice there's agitation and worry, and if we notice that in the breath, we can return to this calm out-breath just by slightly lengthening it, and this sensation of calm and and enjoyment will become more familiar and easier to access when it's repeated in meditation. As this longer breath washes over you, you may notice that there's tensions in the body, tension in the back of the neck. And it's okay to make small adjustments to your position to lengthen the spine, relax the shoulders, unclench the jaw. And this can be done on the next out breath. As the mind quietens down, there doesn't need to be as much force controlling the breath. Loosening our grip on the breath, but maintaining awareness of the breath. Now with a normal breath, whatever that is, a breath without intervention, we can have a quick scan of our body on the in-breath, just to note any big tensions, and then on the out-breath we relax that part of our body that's tense. We'll practice this for a couple of minutes. The mind wanders. That's natural. Just return to the breath without judgment. It's normal for the mind to wander. If the mind keeps thinking about the future, planning, preparing, worrying, if the mind starts bringing up the past, things that were said, things that were done, evaluating, analysing, it's easy to bring yourself back to the present moment with the enjoyable, pleasant sensation of the breath. That's why it's important to enjoy meditation, enjoy the pleasurable sensation of breathing. That's an aid to help the mind settle. The time we spend meditating is a gift to ourselves. It's not a punishment or a rite or a ritual. It's not there to gain anything. It's there to be enjoyed. If the mind is quiet and stable, the breath is naturally inclined to become more subtle. And that's the natural way of meditation. But if the mind is agitated, it's okay to intervene and use the breath to calm the mind down. We're here to see how enjoyable we can make the present moment, how much we can enjoy this current breath that we're breathing. note that there is a timeless quality. It's likely that we've practiced the breath before. We may have been doing this for a number of years even. But each time we revisit, there's always a presence of the present moment. There's always a familiarity with a freshness at the same time. It's always important to concentrate on this breath, not comparing it to how it may have felt a few minutes ago or a few weeks ago or even years ago. Or if we're struggling to keep concentration, thinking about what it would be like when we're better at this isn't helpful either. We bring ourselves back to the present moment, enjoying every breath, and giving it the attention it deserves. The more attention you make, the more enjoyable the activity is. If there are external distractions, sound or air moving or temperature, we're not here to block those out. But we can concentrate on the breath, just keeping those other senses in the background. We can't turn off our ears, but we can choose not to follow them. As we practice, the breath becomes more interesting in the outside world. we do get distracted, we remember to go back to the breath. What was that first breath that we noticed like? Was there agitation? Was there drowsiness? And in that moment where we remember the breath, when we observe the breath again, note that sensation, that emotion, and counteract it. If there was worry or stress, we use the out-breath to calm. If there was drowsiness, we use the in-breath to invigorate ourselves. And there's a lot of wisdom to be gained in that moment when we remember what we should be doing, what we've told ourselves that we want to do. Which way does the mind move when it's distracted? And we practice the skills that we know on counterbalancing that. So if we see ourselves captured and immersed in worry, we didn't ask ourselves to worry. The mind naturally went there without permission, without us trying. And we noticed where it was, and we bring it back to the enjoyable sensation of the breath. There's wisdom there. We know the problem. We know the nature of the suffering. We know that it was the habit of the mind and it wasn't us. And then when we took control, we knew how to balance it. And when we practice this over and over, we develop a good habit. And that habit of distraction is slowly reduced. With practice, there's less effort required. It's easier to find enjoyment in meditation. It's easier to find calm in regular life. It's not perfect. We all have our moments. But we're moving in the right direction. So for roughly the last 5 minutes, we're going to see how much we can enjoy ourselves, just sitting quietly and observing the breath and observing in a way that increases the enjoyment and the relaxing nature of just sitting with the breath. The reward of meditation is in the present moment, in the relaxed enjoyment of just being. So I'll just sit quietly for 5 or so minutes.